Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. We are live. Make sure you like and subscribe. Give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. Give me a follow on Instagram at JGTalk2. And I think that's about it. About all the places that I am. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see you. You are heard, seen, and felt. This is a safe space for all the insanity bouncing around inside of your head. Just let it out. Remember that scene from Dumb and Dumber where they're going up the mountain with Aspen, and he says, "I gotta pee," and he says, "Just let it go, man. Just let it go." Ooh, warm. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Appreciate you being here. What's today? Tuesday. Tuesday. If you in the UK, you'd have to say Tuesday. Appreciate you being here. A lot of shit to get into. Okay. That's right, Johnny. So just go, man. Just go. Ooh, that's a warm. He said, "How about I give you a pair of gloves?" My hands are starting to sweat. You had 2 pairs of gloves this whole time? He said, "Duh. We're in Aspen." Give me an extra pair of these gloves. My hands are starting to sweat. Oh, what a great movie. Don't watch the sequel. Don't, please. Hoser from Canada, eh? Thank you for the 10 Canadian. He says, "Bonjour, Jericho." Oh. Check your emails, buddy. Love from Canada, eh? For sure. Let's get this. Let's make this happen. Mental mentalist wife says, "My husband has me doing this honeydew project." Hey, you get no sympathy from me. All right. You know how long my honeydew list is? It never shrinks, it only grows, right, fellas? It would be like the Dead Sea Scrolls if I just let it roll out and unfurl. Anywho, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. You see the thumbnail. That's only 3 things. I did a review of the G20 trailer. It's a new movie coming out in April. Oh my God. They really thought Kamala was going to win. This was a wet dream homage to Kamala Harris. Viola Davis, who's almost 60, playing an action star. It looks fucking stupid. But if you have 2 minutes that you want to waste and never get back, check out the trailer. R.F.K, he wants to reform the options for EBT, the food that they eat. He says, you can have it, but it needs to be healthy. And I have a video to show you on Instagram that epitomizes not only the people who receive EBT, who are afraid that it's going to go away or have a problem with these stipulations, but it also echoes what the mainstream mediocres are saying, that they are ripping food. Like the poor kids are going to go like this and take a bite, and RFK is just going to slap it right out of their hands. No more food for you. No more soup for you. Earl, what's up, Earl? So we're going to talk about that. And John Fetterman, that's who that is in the middle. Hey, you guys. Actually, Fetterman's turning out to be all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's turning out to be all right. I think I'm going to pose this question to you. Is John Fetterman the Democrat that Democrats should strive to be? Is he? Because it sounds to me that he's not freaking out over Trump. He's not infected with the 28 days later Trump derangement syndrome. He's pretty reasonable about things. There are some things that I disagree with. What's up, Aaron? Mom Ranger. Mousy, all you fools, eh? Vexed. What the fuck was I saying? I missed my train of thought or lost my train of thought. Oh, but yeah, John Fetterman. So he says as far as Trump goes, he's pretty reasonable. The things he says, what he wants to do for his state, sound reasonable. Thanks, Nick. It sounds reasonable. Some things I disagree with. Obviously, the whole thing about him disagreeing with Trump over his no Ku Klux Klan members in the military. We're not always going to see eye to eye, of course. And there needs to be, Chrome, what's up? There needs to be some difference of opinion. There needs to be pushback. I wouldn't want two parties that are totally singing from the same hymnal unless it comes to certain things, border security, economy, stuff like that. But yes, there needs to be two. There needs to be more than two, but we only have two. But that's okay if we don't agree with everything that he says. But is he the Democrat that other Democrats should strive to be? No, we don't agree on everything, but still remains reasonable. And surprise, surprise, another Hollywood kid turns out to be Ku Klux Trans. I know, crazy. And this is probably the first clip that I start with because it's hilarious. Elon Musk says that people with Trump derangement syndrome, it's like they've been injected with methamphetamine and rabies. That's a hell of a combination. I feel like one of those would be enough. But he says like it's like they've been injected with both. What a way with words. What a wordsmith. Yes. So I want to get into that video because that's fucking hilarious. And he was sitting next to Trump when he said it. Hold on, there's a flying multi-legged beast in here that is about to die as soon as it makes a landing. But anyway, so yeah, he's sitting down with Trump, and I like how they're doing these things together. And I like how they're both acknowledging the fact that they have some kind of campaign to drive them apart, make it seem like it's really President Musk and Trump's just along with the ride, like he would sit shotgun to anybody. That clip's hella funny. And the peace talks, I just saw this right before I hit record, actually. Peace talks to end the war in Ukraine have begun, but guess who's not invited to the table? So funny. And a friend of mine, he said some crazy shit. We differ politically on a lot of things. Some things we don't. He has kids, so he's not for all that Ku Klux Trans grooming bullshit that they try to do. But he is. He was a Kamala voter. He supported Sloppy Joe, and well, I'll just go ahead and mention it now. So I'll start with this, and then we'll get into Elon Musk and his description of Trump derangement syndrome, which I felt was dead on. Let's see if that son of a bitch landed so I could kill him. But so my friend, what was he saying? Oh yeah, so he said that Trump was hanging out with some of the Buffalo Bills. And he said that the Philadelphia Eagles don't like it. As you know, the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. So when you win a championship in your sport, part of that is going to the White House. You all remember Forrest Gump. Anything you want to say, son? I got to pay. So we know that. So the Philadelphia Eagles, they're not going to the White House because Trump is in there. So fucking stupid. And I said, man, that's dumb. You're going to forego an opportunity to go to the White House because of who the president is. I said, if Sloppy Joe were in the White House still and I had a chance to go to the White House, I'm going. Even if I had to meet his old feeble ass. I would try not to shake his hand and accidentally crush it into the sands of time. But I would definitely go. It's a chance to go to the White House. How many times are you going to go to the White House? I'm sure there's some statistics on it, but I'm sure it's a very small portion of the population who's ever been to the fucking White House. Go. Check your pride, put your feelings away, quit being a little beezy, and go to the White House. But they're not, and they're stupid. And so are the Warriors and any other teams that didn't go. It's so childish. You're so childish. You can't be enough of an adult to put that aside and realize the opportunity that you have. That's so dumb. It's so petulant. So I said, would you go? If you got an invitation to go to the White House, would you go? And my friend says, I don't know. I'm like, that's a yes or no question. Would you go? He's like, not right now. I said, no. The invitation is tomorrow. You're going to the White House. They're going to fly you out. You're going to get to go to the White House and meet the president. Oh, I can't. Oh, almost had him, guys. Almost had him. When will I get another opportunity like that? So he says, nah, man, I wouldn't do it. You know, the climate is it's too much right now. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you afraid some people are going to give you some shit in your life? Like, man, fuck that. It doesn't matter. That's too big of an opportunity for you to pass up. But he said he wouldn't go. I said, for real, you wouldn't go. No, man, I couldn't do it. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Aaron M says, remember when Tim Pool's dumbass wore his beanie to the White House in the middle of summer? That's ridiculous. You put on a suit. You get your hair cut. If you're bald and you don't like it, you get some hair plugs. I don't know what you got to do. Or maybe put on a nice hat that goes with a suit, but not a beanie, you dumbass. That's just like when Marshawn Lynch, when the Seattle Sea Bitches won the Super Bowl, and this dumbass Negro shows up in a fucking sweatsuit. What? You're going to the White House to meet the president to celebrate winning the championship in your sport. And you're wearing a sweatsuit. If that was a high school team, they wouldn't allow anybody to show up in a sweatsuit. There should be a damn dress code in the White House. Authentically Kennedy, what's up? Shout out to you and your husband and that growing too fast baby of yours. That's just so dumb. There should be a dress code. And Tim Pools, what are you doing? I don't care if it's the dead of winter. You don't wear no beanie to the White House. What are you on a dock in New York wearing a pea coat, waiting for your papers to come in to find out what fishing boat you're going to be on? Man, hell no. They should do it like picture day. You don't got the right clothes. We got some hand-me-downs over here. You showing up dressed like a jackass, you got to put on this suit and make it big enough so it can just fit right over their clothes and they look stupid. But they won't look as stupid as they do showing up to a sweatsuit in a sweatsuit or wearing a beanie. That's so ridiculous. But yeah, my friend, he wouldn't do it. I'm like, hey, give it to me. You don't want to go? Give it to me. I'll go. I will take my family straight to the White House. And again, I don't care if Sloppy Joe was in there. I wouldn't care if that cackling, half hyena street walking Kamala Harris was in there. I'd bring some earplugs, but I would go. Just like in the military. If you're walking down the street and a vehicle is approaching you, it's coming towards you, and it's the officers' vehicles, they have, everybody has stickers in the window, to be waved onto the base. But officers have a sticker in the window too, and it has their rank. They'll have bars, depending on what they are, a maple leaf, a full bird, stars, whatever. But they have a sticker in the corner of their window. And if you're of a certain rank, you'll have a driver. So what if somebody else was driving that car? Let's say it was a full bird captain or colonel in you other branches. But the military, in the Navy, full bird's a captain. So let's say it was a captain driving toward you, but you obviously see that there's only one person in there. What do? Do you still salute even though there's no officer in there? Let's say there's a petty officer, E4 and E5 driving it. You don't salute them. They're enlisted. You still salute the vehicle because you're saluting that sticker. You're showing respect to the rank, not the person who's in the vehicle. That's irrelevant whether they're there or not. You're saluting the rank. You're showing respect. Same thing with going to the White House. You're showing respect to the office of the president of the United States. And you would pass up that opportunity for what? Because whatever community you belong to tells you not to, or they threaten you with backlash. You don't want to be shunned, or you don't want to be mocked or admonished by your group. So you would forego a once in a lifetime, less than a once in a lifetime opportunity to go to the White House. Okay, fine. Anybody working for the White House, send me the invitation. I'll go. Don't waste it on these dumbass athletes anymore. And you know what? What they should do? How many people are on a football team? You got a 53-man roster, coaching staff, all that shit. I imagine everybody would go. However many people that is, replace them with regular American citizens. Do that. If it's, let's say it's 100 people in the entire football organization who get to go to the White House, replace it with regular people. Send 100 regular, hardworking American people from various backgrounds, send them a plane ticket, all expense paid, to the White House. They can meet the president. Trump can shake hands with them. How about that? That sounds good to me. Hold on a second, looking something up. One second. Let's see here. So it looks like, who asked that? Who's Lindy Lee? I've seen a couple people mention Lindy Lee. Who the hell is that? Indigo P says, did Trump really push in chair for Bibi Netanyahu? He did. I just saw the video. I don't know why he did that. That shit's weird. I don't know why. Like, was it I don't know, the chair sticking out kind of thing? I'm gonna push it in, or I don't know. I don't think that it was any kind of, I don't know. I mean, looking at it, who's Lindy Lee? I've seen this lady before. See if I can find it here. Yeah, that's some weird looking shit. I'm not sure what's up with that. But I mean, does it mean anything? I mean, it looks like, I'll try to find the video to show you, but it looks like he happened to sit down in front of him, so Trump just like pushed his chair in. But I don't think it was like, oh yes, sir. Let me get your chair for you, sir. I don't think he's capable of that. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me turn off the sound. I hate that news music. You guys know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's just the music they play over a news clip when there's no audio and it just has the caption of what it's saying, that corny generic news music. I hate that shit. Okay, let's see. So here we go. So, you know, what was that? It wasn't. I don't want to read too much into that. I don't think that meant that he's capitulating or serving Netanyahu in any way, or that they run our country. I don't think that's what that meant. But are we? Thanks, Brad. Same to you. Yeah, I think it's just being polite. Does Israel have too much influence over our government? Yeah, for sure. Do we give too much money to Israel? Yes. Should it be against the law for elected or appointed officials to have dual citizenship? Yeah, of course. Because if something happens in the other country, you're going to do everything you can to get funding to that country over others. If we happen to butt heads with that country anyway, there's a chance that you're going to side with that country, even though you live here, you work here, your family's here, your roots are here. Maybe they're not here because you have allegiance to another country, and you can't do that. You cannot serve two masters equally. You cannot do two things at the same time. One thing will suffer. You can tell. You don't even have to be looking at somebody. You can tell they're not paying attention to you. If you're talking to somebody and they're doing something else, yeah, what? They can't talk to you and look at something else. They can't talk to you and read something else. You can't do two things at once. And you can't serve two masters at once. It's impossible. Why is that even a thing? How has no president or anybody else brought that up to be a law that you can't do that? Is there already a law saying they can do that? That just doesn't make sense. That's right up there with allowing our enemies on the world stage to own property here. You can't own a parking garage here. You can't own a parking spot here. You can't. You're not from here. You're not part of our country. Why should we give you our land, the one thing we're not making more of, let alone near military bases and water sources and all this other shit that could cripple us at the drop of a hat? These congressmen and women and senators with dual citizenship. No. Nope. You serve us and only us. And you don't have to serve us. You can step down. You can do something else. You can join the private sector. You can do whatever you want. But if you're going to be in our government, you need to serve America, period. That's so weird. J954, what up, man? Pride of Florida. He says, Ilhan is a spy. I believe that. I believe that she is controlled by an imam. She's a female Muslim. Females don't run shit in the Muslim religion. It's all about the men. So if an imam tells you to push this legislation or push that or say this or say that, that's exactly what she's going to do. She wears a hijab. She's a Muslim. Her religion is number one. But her religion is not our religion. This isn't a Muslim country. We don't do that shit. We don't do Sharia law here. We don't believe that, and we never will. But that's ridiculous. I don't trust her at all. At all. Same with the ones with dual citizenship with Israel. I don't fucking trust you. Fuck every other country in this world if we have to. If it comes down to it, obviously. Obviously, I'm going to support America. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? How could I support another country? Man, please. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ain't a country in the world saying, man, all these damn Americans keep coming here, taking our jobs, flooding our streets, trampling, pouring over our border. No other country's ever said that, and they never will. But we say it all the time. I wonder why. Hold on. He's back. Oh, you son of a bitch. Let me get you. Let me get you. Let me get you. Who said that? Huh? Let me get you. Let me get you. Poor Jeff was so bad for him. I was so fucked up. Oh, let's play him. Oh, I love it. Let me play this clip for you. Elon Musk doing Musk stuff, saying Musk things was what is it? Yeah, here we go, right here. So Musk is chilling with Trump, and they're sitting down for an interview with Hannity, and he talks about Trump derangement syndrome and how he was at this party, and then he explains how they started acting after all he did was mention Trump's name. That's all.
This whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay, and like, wow. And I'm like, what is wrong, guys? Like, you can't have like a normal conversation. Yeah. And it's like it's like they become completely irrational.
So true. So true. Methamphetamine and rabies. That's a bad combination. It's gonna be hard to calm that person down. We'll put it that way. It's going to be hard to get them to sit down and keep still for a minute. But it's true. Why? I don't see, and I'm sure there are people who, if you mention Sloppy Joe, they're going to get pissed off and fly off the handle more than they should, of course. But I think that the average person, the majority of society, just wouldn't act like that if you said a Democrat president's name. It might be, oh, that son of a bitch or whatever, but as he's talking, like they get angry. They get angry, too angry, not good control over their emotions, over a president. And what exactly is he doing? What is he doing? What has he done that's so bad? You know, it's another thing. Going back to my friend who said he wouldn't go to the White House if he was invited because Trump's president. Going back to that, I asked him, he's like, oh, I don't fuck with Trump. I don't fuck with Trump. Okay, why? Give me one reason why you don't mess with Trump. Guess what he said? I'm going to be looking at the comments right now. I want somebody to put, what's the number one thing that they've been saying about Trump since he came down the escalator? What's the one thing that they accuse him of doing, but there's proof that he did it? And I know it's going to be one of two. It's going to be one of two things that we've been beat over the head with. But what's the number one thing we heard about Trump that he did? Or he said, okay, I see racist. All right, that, but I'm talking about an incident. I should maybe put it that way. What's the number one incident that they accuse Trump? Hold on. What's the one thing that they accuse Trump of saying that he didn't say? How about that? Okay, Greg, Charlottesville. I knew that would be one of them. Good guess. Orange Man Bad, good guess. There you go, Nicholas. Right there. There you go. That's what my friend said. And I was like, you had to go all the way back to that. You had to go all the way back. I remember when they accused President Trump of grabbing a woman by the hoo-ha. That's how far you got to go back for that. Man, I was talking about during his presidency now. But you went all the way back to grab. And then, as we all know here, they left out this word. I know it's only 3 letters. I know it's not a big word. It's not a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's just 3 letters. They let you grab them by the pussy. That word, it's small, but boy, it's the difference between walking free and worrying about somebody dropping or you dropping your soap. That's the difference between going home to your living room or going home to an 8x8 with another man. It's not a big word, but it's a big word. Carrie, that's a good guess too. Insurrectionist, of course. January 6th, the worst day in human history. But yeah, grabbing women by the pussy, that's what he said. I was like, man, please. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about right now. What has he done? The month, not even a month, he's been in office. He's still got what, a couple more days? Not even a month. What has he done since he's been back in office that's so bad? Couldn't come up with nothing. Because there is nothing. Thomas Bailey, why do they call it a snatch? That's a good idea. Or a good idea. Good question. We used to call it that back in high school and junior high. Oh, don't be such a snatch. Why are you being a snatch? I don't know. Good questions. Yeah, audits. That's what they're worried about. And there's not an American in the borders of this country who have paid taxes that have a problem with Doge auditing everybody. They're talking about auditing the IRS. They're talking about auditing the auditors. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see those 87,000 agents who were hired under Sloppy Joe. I want to see them released. I want to see all those guns and weapons and tactical gear returned. Why do you need it? You're a number crunching nerd. Why do you need that? The Department of Education, they're auditing the Department of Defense, who's never passed the damn audit. Let's do it. You see a movie? Oh, this reminds me of The Sopranos. When Tony was depressed. Tony was depressed. I don't remember what it was about. Maybe she didn't have any more gabagool. But he was in the bed, laying in the bed, depressed, wearing his bathrobe, not shaving, not bathing. And she had enough. What's her name? I don't want to look it up. I want to interact with you guys. What's the name of the actress's name that played Tony Soprano's wife? She also played Nurse Jackie. I can't remember why I can't remember her name. But anyway, he's all depressed. She comes in. That's enough, Tony. You need to get up. You're feeling sorry for yourself. You're wallowing. Carmela. Yeah, that was a character's name, but what's the actress's name? Thank you, Ivan. Oh, Tony. So she comes in. Edie Falco. Thank you. She comes in and pulls open the curtains and lets all the hey, what are you doing? Look, what are you doing? Look, all that. Get up, Tony. I'm sick of you feeling sorry for yourself. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. That's what they're doing. Elon Musk is coming in with his big balls and whatever their names are, this group of nerds. That's who I want. Give me the real life geek squad. I want a bunch of young nerds who know everything about the internet, who know how to find stuff, who know all the backdoors, who know all the codes, who are going to sit there sipping Monster Energy drinks and look at the task in front of him like it's easy. Oh, these guys really thought they had some firewalls. I get around that just like this. Drinking his Monster out of a plastic straw. Easy. I don't want them led by somebody with Asperger's who's going to obsess over the task you put before them. Oh, can you believe it? Elon Musk has 19-year-olds helping him. Who else do you want doing your tech shit? Do you want a 39-year-old? A 29-year-old? No. I want somebody who's on the cutting edge of technology. I want you looking for the money. Where's the money? Where's the beef? Where's the money? Find it. You, Asperger's guy. Get together the Power Rangers of computer shit and get to work. Thank you very much. Come to me with your findings. But they're not complaining about what they're finding. They're just complaining that they're finding it, which lets us know they're full of shit and they are corrupt. Even though we already know that, this is news to no one. But boy, it's good to see. It's good to have the proof, isn't it? It's good to have the hard proof. You bastards, you corrupt money grubbing bastards. You've been robbing us blind for decades. We're trying to get that money back. Thank you very much. And the one thing you'll hear him say, well, this department or that department, it's only 1% of the national budget, and it's not that much in comparison. Bitch, I don't know how much money you make, but this 100,000 here, 50,000 there, 1 million here, 3 million there, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. And if in case you guys didn't know, here's some Rosetta Stone for you. If you pinch your fingers like this, that's how you speak Italian. Just make sure your fingers are like this. Fluent Italian. Easy. You kidding me? You coming in here. So you come through that door skinny and emaciated. I can see your rib bones, your spine, your hip bones. You look like a fucking POW. And then you come out on the other side and you look like you belong on an episode of My 600-Pound Life. And you're telling me while you were going through that building, you didn't grab any snacks? How is that? Because your salary is $175,000 a year, but you're worth $150 million. How did you do that? How did you do that? How did you take that 100 and something, 200 grand a year and turn it into 150 million? Inquiring minds want to know. But you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't take any backdoor deals. You didn't get in bed with any lobbyists. You didn't do any insider trading. You didn't dump a bunch of stock 24 hours before it went to shit. You didn't do that. Somebody did that. That's why we have Doge on the case. Thank you very much. Thank you, Doge. Speaking of people being on the case, so you have, where's that shit? Oh, let me go back. So I was downloading something. Let me see if it's finished downloading because it's a clip that I wanted to play. Here it is. Get rid of that. Okay, we'll get back to that. Okay, cool. So another change or more change that is coming is R.F.K. So R.F.K. was confirmed as the head of HHS. Tulsi Gabbard was confirmed as, National Intelligence, the head of National Intelligence. But R.F.K., I am so glad that he is in the position he's in. I think he's the best person for it. And I'll get to the super chats and whatnot, I promise. Aaron M says, audit Pelosi's titties. You can do that. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want anything to do with those varicose vein watermelons. So you have RFK, head of HHS. He's the boss of the CDC, the boss of the FDA, the people that he has been suing and winning against, the people, his adversaries. He's now their ruler. And I love it. And one of the things that people are saying, of course, oh, he's against vaccines. He's not going to let us have junk food anymore. No, he said multiple times that you can have your McDonald's, you can have whatever you want, but you need to know what's in it. And it needs to be healthier options. So get that Mickey D's or whatever you want, but let's cook those fries in beef tallow instead of more chemicals than you had in your little chemistry set when you were a kid, instead of having a bunch of shit on there that you can't even pronounce. You have no idea what it is. Beef tallow, salt, I know what that is. All these deoxy, was it benzatine? You're like, wait a minute, don't you use that shit to clean out fuel tanks? Why is that in my fries? Like, don't act stupid. You know what he's going to do. He said what he's going to do. J954, is that a serious question? How do you make beef tallow? It's beef fat. Melt that shit. Yeah, rendered beef fat. That's what it is, like Crisco and all that kind of shit. But it's beef. And you put that shit in the fryer, get it to temperature, and drop those taters in there. Drop those spuds in there, man. So he's coming in. He's going to get rid of the poisons in our food. Gee, what an asshole. He's going to get rid of the dyes in our food that give our kids cancer. What a dick. And he's going to make sure that everything is clearly labeled and that we have the proper science behind things that we put in our bodies. I know. What a prick. Speaking of pricks, vaccines. Okay, get whatever vaccine you want, but you need to know what's in it and what it's going to do to you. Who would be fighting against that? Who is fighting against knowing what you're putting in your body? Hold on. Oh, I'm going to get that damn thing. There's a mosquito in here. It keeps getting close. I'm going to kill that piece of shit. You hear me? Anyway. So who would be against knowing what you're putting in your body? Put that shit in your body. That's what he's saying. Put it in your body, but I want you to know what you're putting in your body. Why is that a bad thing? I don't get it. But as I told you before, here's a video that encapsulates perfectly the thought process, the level of education and information, and the attitude of people who are against R.F.K. doing this. And one of the things he wants to do is take out junk food from welfare. So if you have the government paying for your food, yeah, hey, Kennedy, I would love an electric fly swatter. We used to have one of those bug zappers. We used to have one when I was a kid in our garage, and I would love to sit out there and watch them. You know, the flies and stuff, but sometimes a moth would get on there. That thing would start smoking and shit. Oh, man. But anyway, so this video I'm about to show you, if you haven't gotten your ghetto fill, if you haven't hit your ghetto quota for the day, prepare yourself. Because if you are buying your food with government money, i.e., my money, because it comes from our taxes, then we have a say-so over what you spend our money on. And if you are going to be on welfare, then you should be eating healthy food. Why should we subsidize your diabetes and your obesity and all these different problems that come from eating that shit? And why would you have a problem with that? Why would you have a problem with going healthier? I don't understand it. But if you don't like it, if you don't like the stipulations that come along with using EBT, then get off EBT. Find a way. Get off of it. But if you're going to stay on it, these are the rules. You remember when you were at home living with your parents? What were the 4 words that they say that would piss you off every time? My house, you finish it. Exactly. So, hello. If you don't like it, change it. That's the beauty of America. You can come here with a pocket full of lint and not knowing the language, and in a generation, you're driving something that has temperature control on both seats in the front. Honey, you want it warmer, I want it colder. Sending your kids to good schools, living in a good neighborhood, eating that good food. You don't have to hunt for it every day. You don't have to sleep on stilts so a cobra doesn't bite you in your taint every night. Damn, I love this country. But listen to what this woman says. And if you aren't pissed off yet, by the end of this video, you will be. Scout's honor, I wouldn't lie to you. You know I wouldn't lie to you people.
Okay, they're going a little bit too far with this food stamp thing. They starting to, I don't know, they might as well just go on and just take the EBT card from us. They're trying to say we cannot buy junk food with food stamps. Who are they to say how and when and what we should buy with our stamps? They're going a little bit too far, trying to say that it's unhealthy. Let us make our own decisions with our stamps. Golly, it ain't that much.
Those federal programs.
Lord have mercy.
Well,
Listen to what they're
lobbyists
saying.
for the soda companies are taking their case to Capitol Hill, making the argument that they sell zero sugar products and they have calorie labels on all of their drinks. And it goes against America's commitment to individual liberal and Human Services Department wants to remove sodas along with other processed foods from.
Okay, they're going a little bit too far.
So you see, or you hear what she's saying. And they're talking about removing things like that, sodas and juices and processed foods and sugary snacks and stuff like that from EBT. I don't have a problem with that. Who are they to tell us? And that's what the mainstream mediocres are telling you. And that's what these empty suit politicians are telling you who are against this. Well, who are you to tell them what to buy with their food stamps? And who are you to tell them what they can and can't put in their body? You can't take that away. And these kids aren't going to get to eat. And you got poor kids who depend on these, and you're going to take this stuff away, and these kids are going to starve. Look, I have a controversial view on school lunch and breakfast and shit like that. But if you are so dependent on the government that if the government doesn't give it to you, your kids are going to starve, then you need to go down to your local church or wherever else you can drop kids off and leave them there. Because I'm not going to let my kids starve. I don't give a damn what's going on or who says you can't or we're cutting this off. It doesn't matter. But if you're solely dependent on the government to where if they don't give it, you don't get it, or you're an idiot. And honestly, I believe, and it's unfortunate because the kids are the ones who suffer. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. So if you take school lunch away and school breakfast away, the parents who suck shit and who are terrible and worthless and don't feed their children, the kids aren't going to get fed. And if you think that's going to motivate, what, my kids aren't getting fed, I'm going to get up, I'm going to change my ways, and I'm going to do better. No, they're just going to go out and buy another pair of Cookie Monster pajama pants. So that sucks because the kids are going to suffer. They're not going to get to eat because their parents are garbage. But how should it be? You feed your kids. You get up, or the night before, you make their lunch, you make their breakfast, you fill their belly before they leave the house. That's part of your job. You fill their belly before they leave the house, you give them food, you send them with food so they can fill their belly at lunchtime, and then you fill their belly once again when they return home at dinner time. I know it's a lot of belly filling, but you signed up for it, remember? You laid down and let somebody go, all in your crevice, or you laid on top of some woman and went, in her crevice. The point I'm trying to make is you brought these kids here. So you got to handle your business and do what you have to do to feed them. The school should not be responsible for feeding your kids too. So you sent your kid out of the house with an empty stomach grumbling, hungry. They haven't eaten since before they went to bed. Hopefully you fed them then. It's been at least 8 hours since they ate if you're sending them to bed at a reasonable time. So you're going to send them out of the house hungry? So they have to get to school, have time to eat, and then go to class. And then you're going to have them eat that dog shit for lunch. Now, in a perfect world, I wouldn't be mad at meals being provided for kids. Like, say the meals were of such high quality that you wouldn't mind sending your kid to school to eat. If it were fresh, wholesome ingredients made with care, why not? And you're taking it out of the tax money you already take from me, and according to Doge, you're fucking wasting it. I wouldn't be mad at that. Why can't children go to school and eat off of real plates and with silverware and glasses and stuff like that? That'd be cool. If you knew your kids were getting wholesome food, wholesome, fresh food that was nutritious, would you have a problem sending them to school to eat? I wouldn't. But that's not the case. They're getting dog shit. They're getting Taki burritos and shit and 7-Up or some processed fucking garbage that they don't even give to prisoners. Remember lunch ladies? They still have those? Or they're probably the ones handing out the Takis and microwave burritos now. Terrible. Terrible. That's terrible. But I'm all for R.F.K. cleaning that shit up because nothing else matters. If we're dead, we can't enjoy the prosperity of our economy and the security of our border and all those other things that Trump is doing. So health is number one. I'm all for it. I'm all for R.F.K. J954, thank you. So JG, what's up, my brother from another mother? Said all these beta cuck men really want to test the fortitude of the cis men American patriot. LOL. Okay. Hey, yeah, bring it, man. I'm down. J954 again, thank you. Says you see Kamala's drunk ass at the dance studio. Yeah, I saw that. There was some stupid play. J954 is an all-star today. What are you guys doing? Catch up to J954. Thanks again, man. He says, working at a retail club for 22 years, I say cancel. I say cancel EBT. If you need food from the government, then you get bags of rice and bread, PB&J, not crab legs. Get the fuck out of here. True. That's how it used to be. You see, now it's an EBT card, so that cuts down on the embarrassment of being on welfare. But it used to be stamps. We had to bust those stamps out, deal with the looks. There was some shame involved there. But it used to be just products. Peanut butter. That's it. A little white can with black letters. Peanut butter, cheese, milk, rice, beans. The basics to keep you alive. Chicken, some beef. The basics. It's to a point where you need the government to help you. So, beggars can't be choosers. But now they can buy whatever they want. I told you working at Trader Joe's one time, a lady came through with 2 carts. She was pushing one with a baby on her hip, another baby under the cart, and her dad helping her. She'd have no baby daddy and two kids by 2 different men. Jericho, how do you know that? Because people talk too damn much out loud and give out too much of their personal information if you listen. That's how I know. What was in her cart? Argentinian shrimp, some New York steaks, some brie, some nuts, some dried fruits, all the expensive shit. Everything. 2 carts full. Dome. You load your cart up, shit starts sliding down and falling out. 2 carts like that. On welfare with 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies. Got her dad there helping play babysitter with her. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. You shouldn't be able to buy that. You shouldn't be able to buy more expensive shit than I can when I'm paying for your shit. Get him, RFK. Get him. Look at that. Mousy, thank you very much. $40, $50. He said, here you go. Here you go, my friend. Right? Baller. Big baller. We're looking out, man. I really, really appreciate that. Parish. So let's see. Oh. Let's check in with, what's his name? Fetterman. Fetterman. He doesn't agree with President Trump on the Ku Klux Klan staying out of the military. So let's see.
Democratic Senator John Fetterman is asking the White House to reverse the current ban on transgender troops from serving in the U.S. military. Posting on X, he says in part this: I believe in a strong, lethal military, but I am also unapologetically pro the LGBTQ community. He goes on to say that he's calling on the president to rescind this executive order to allow and honor the inherent dignity of our service members, regardless of what their race is, what their gender is, who they love, or how they identify. Well, on Monday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth issued a memo enforcing a ban on transgender individuals from enlisting in the armed forces and eliminating access to gender-affirming medical care for current service members.
So that basically means they're not going to let you get your tits and your balls cut off at our expense. Thank you. And you notice one of the things that Fetterman said was, it doesn't matter who you love, guys, because it's about love. All right? All you crazy conspiracy theorists who are saying that if we let them do this, then they're going to want to do that. If you let them get married, they're going to be marrying their dog next week. You can't open Pandora's box. Don't let them get married because this, that, and the third. Well, you guys are wrong because it's all about, hold on a second. What's that? Got my producer. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just love, man. Who are you to tell somebody who they can and can't love? Love is love. Uh-huh. What? A helicopter. Well, they weren't supposed to. They were just supposed to marry. Yeah, people said that. They said that they would be marrying their dogs. They are. Next time, tell me the shit before I go live. Okay? Thank you. Sorry, guys. So my producer, he let me know that, yeah, they did that crazy shit. I remember seeing a video of a girl who wanted to marry her model airplane. The Ku Klux Trans members. We opened the gates. That was a Trojan horse. The Trojan rainbow horse was love is love. And those dumbass holes in the government said, oh, love is love. Da, da, da. Let's light up the White House and run. And now here we are. Here we are. Now we have Ku Klux Trans members in our fucking military, and we're paying to have their twigs and berries cut off. We're paying for some doctor to cut her tits off and go, Kobe, into the trash can with her tits. Not anymore. And that's what I mean. He is the Democrat that other Democrats should strive to be. He wants to work with people across the aisle. He wants the best for the country. He's not freaking out over Trump, but on some things he's still wrong, like wanting Ku Klux Trans members to be in the military. Who you love, who you sleep with, and all these other things should have no place in the public forum. Why is this a point of discussion? Why are we talking about who you fuck or who you love? Love has nothing to do with the military. The military is to kill. There is no love in the military. There's camaraderie. You might love your buddies, your war buddies, but that's it. We're not here to play games. We're not here to have the surgery that you want. We're not here to give you psych meds because you think you should have a vagina, but you have a dick. You're not going to be wearing the female uniform, but you're really a male. We're done with that bullshit. He supports it. That's fine, but that's wrong. The military is not a place to work out your issues and express yourself. You want to express yourself, stay a civilian. That's why the military wears uniforms, because nobody gets to express themselves. You're all the same. Uniformity. There aren't individuals. It's one unit. That's why you all look the same. It's not the place for that shit. And that's where they get it wrong. Everything does not belong everywhere. And if you're a Ku Klux Trans member, you're mentally unstable and you should not be in the military. You can be too short, too tall, flat feet, bad eyesight. They kick you out for all kinds of shit or deny you entry for all kinds of stuff. This should be no different. Your mental status is important. Are you nuts? You can't work here. Why is that so crazy? Why is that so controversial these days? You don't cut it. Sorry. Some things you can't do. That's life. That's being a grown-up. You keep that bullshit, who they love, and blah, blah, blah. That has no place here. Why are we talking about it? Do you fit the criteria to become part of this killing machine? Yes or no? Oh, speaking of the Ku Klux Trans, man, this shit right here is so crazy. This isn't a real church. If you allow things like this in your church, you're not a real church. Because your religion speaks against this loudly and clearly. This is an abomination. This is absolutely Insane. What a mockery. Why would you allow this? How do you sit in the pew and watch this circus play out in front of you in the name of God, in the name of your religion? This shit is crazy.
Good morning. Would you pray with me? Come, Holy Spirit, into the hearts of all of your beloved children, and kindle within us the fire of your unending and relentless love. May all of my words and our hearts together honor you today, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. But performing gender as a daily task, I would argue, is a learned cultural trait to which we have all been exposed. As understandings of drag have changed throughout history, perhaps drag today could be defined as that which threatens the already fragile and arbitrarily constructed framework for gender performance that is necessary to maintain power dynamics. Conversely, it could also be that from the moment we are born, and perhaps even before that, when families gather to reveal the sex organs of their child, that the drag show begins. The blue confetti falls and the pink smoke clears, and there's a mad dash to project cultural and societal expectations of gender performance onto that child. These are learned behaviors that can be shaped either through shame or affirmation based on a perceived correct performance of drag.
What the fuck was that? How in the hell do you, and I don't think that chick was a real reverend, a real priest, pastor, whatever that is. I think that's just part of their persona, their drag persona. But you got this fool up there in a glittery priest outfit at the pulpit of a church, not saying anything about the Bible or their religion, just lecturing you on how society is failing by forcing these norms on children, and calling your son a boy because he has a penis, and calling your girl vagina, or calling your daughter a girl because she has a vagina. You're wrong, society, to place those labels upon us at birth, and your gender reveals and the societal norms of the pink and the blue are so stupid, and you have it wrong, and we're better. In the way that we've been doing this for tens of thousands of years is wrong, and I have come to be your leader because I am the chosen one. I'm smarter than any other person has ever been. I'm more innovative, and I'm more progressive than any person has ever been in the world. I have the answers. I can improve the wheel. I can improve sliced bread. How you dumb humans have been doing this for thousands of years is all wrong. Everything that brought us to this level of prosperity where we tower above the rest of the world is all wrong. This whole time, you think boys have penises and girls have vaginas? You can have whatever you want. All you merely have to do is feel it. Because I am up here with this painted on beard, I am a man because I feel that I am one. And everything that's brought us here, the technological advances and the safety of our cities and our weapons and our medicine and all that stuff is wrong. Puh. I spit upon it. Our new progressive way is better, 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 better. It's much better than this stumbling and bumbling through life that you've been doing before I arrived here, before I came down upon this planet and levitated above you peasants. Get the fuck. What is that? Why are you allowed in a church like that? Why are you allowed to mock religion like that in a church? Now, I know we're not a Muslim country, but if somebody came into a mosque dressed like that, making fun of their religion, they might not make it out. Let some woman get up there. They probably don't even let women on stage in a damn mosque. But let a woman get up there dressed like a man in their religious garb and start lecturing on them and how wrong they have gender and sex. and watch somebody walk up there in them damn desert sandals and slap the shit out of her. Watch somebody walk up there and probably to cheers. Other men be cheering. You walk up there and slap the hummus out of that fucking woman. But she got up there on a stage in Dallas, Texas. Texas, what happened? All right, you lost Austin. Austin is just a satellite office for California. Sorry about that. But Dallas, what's next? Texas? You're supposed to be the beacon. You're supposed to be that lighthouse that we have to focus on and drive toward in this storm, these raging waters of wokeism. And they're getting your ass too. What in the hell? Man, that is, wow. You allowed that woman to come in there and mock men, mock your religion in your face. In the face. Damn. What does that mean? Is that indicative of society? Is that where we're headed? Are we going to die? Is this world going to be over soon? Wow. And I don't mean to sound like an old curmudgeon, but back in my day, you never saw any shit like that. Thanks, Harry. You never saw any shit like that. Wait a minute. What? A drag person, I never seen a drag person near a church. I never seen that shit. Let alone inside of a church, on stage, giving a sermon. Oh, whoa. Whoa. I don't get it, man. That shit was crazy. Up there lecturing you, wagging their finger at you while wearing a priest uniform. And nobody stood up and said, get the fuck out of here. Shut up. You're mocking God. Get out of here. Nothing. Just sat there clapping like seals waiting for a minnow. So sad. So you guys want to laugh at something stupid? Oh my goodness. This shit is crazy. One sec. Yeah, this was celebrating the art of drag, is what they were doing at that church. In an act of defiance and in response to the numerous bills introduced into Texas legislature attacking drag performers and transgender people, Cathedral of Hope will host our second Celebrating the Art of Drag on Sunday. That's not a church. I'm going to stop calling it that. That building. That's not a church. No fucking real church that would stand for that. Reverend Brooke Dooley. Oh, listen to this. This next sentence that I'm about to read is going to make you shit yourself. Reverend Brooke Dooley, Associate Pastor for Youth and Young Adults at Friends Congregational Church in College Station, that's in Texas, and Youth Director for the South Central Conference of the United Church of Christ, who is also known as Drag King Brock Bottom. So that was a real reverend. Reverend Brooke Dooley. How do you become a female reverend? That sounds ridiculous to me. Female priest, female preacher, whatever, the head of a church. Sounds stupid. How do you become a reverend and then a female reverend? And then how do you become a drag reverend? And then how are you put in a visible freak, a visible weirdo, visible mental issues, and you're associate pastor for youth and young adults. You're director of youth programs. How does that happen? Who who is sending their kids to these youth programs and these youth camps with this freak, this weirdo, this clown that's in charge of it? Sometimes you can't blame the wolf if people are feeding their lambs to the wolf. I mean, the wolf's just there. You figure, it's like, what do you want me to do? I eat sheep. I eat lambs. You're giving them to me. What do you expect me to do? What do you expect the wolf to do when you keep giving him lambs? It's going to eat them. And people just bringing their lambs to the slaughter. Oh, here you go. Drop you off. See you at 3 o'clock. Wait, miss, don't you want to meet me? Okay. All right, bye, honey. See you at 3. Miss, shake my... Oh, shit. All right. So we got a bunch of parents who don't even get out of the car and meet these people, shake their hand, look in their face, look at the surroundings, see what kind of shit. Is this place dirty? What's the staffing like? What does the staff look like? What does this property look like? Nope. There you go. Miss, you have to sign. Okay. Guess we'll see you when you get back. Mom Ranger, thank you very much. Peace out, girl. It's just crazy. I've seen that here. I mentioned it before. My daughter, some of her friends, I couldn't pick their parents up out of a lineup, never seen their face. They drop them off here to spend the night. They drop them off here to hang out. Never seen me, my wife, the inside of our house. Is our house filthy? What does it smell like? What does it look like? Or do I got a bunch of fucking people in here, a bunch of dudes in here? A bunch of unsavory characters? I don't know. Don't you want to know before you drop off the most precious thing that you have in this world? Don't you want to know where you're putting it? No. See ya. That shit is crazy. I can't believe that's a real reverend. How does that even happen? How do you get access to children? I don't get it. That's wild to me. It's like, I know that could be a wolf. Hey, drop my little lamb off there anyway. What could go wrong? So I want you guys, if you guys didn't see my video the other day that I did, a quick review of the trailer for this new movie coming out in April called G20. I know what you're thinking, the G20 summit, where all those leaders of countries get together and lies about climate change and what they're going to do to stop it and how to fucking embezzle our money better and probably get their hands on some young children in the area and do weird parties that involve, giant blades and goat's blood. Yeah, I know that's what would probably pop into your mind, but this. Yeah. This is so much better. So I'm going to have to stop it every 20 and 30 seconds to avoid copyrights and stuff, but I think that'll be necessary anyway to allow you to digest the huge chunks of wokeism that are floating through this stew called a movie. Are you ready for Kamala Harris meets John Wick? I present to you G20.
Madam President, we have a situation. Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it. You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
Oh, there you go. Greatest heroes, Fallujah under siege. She's a war hero. She was in the battle zones, on the battlefield, vanquishing the enemy and saving the innocent. She is a badass.
I implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now we gotta go save the world.
You know, they thought that Kamala was going to win. Imagine if Kamala won, the screening they would have at the White House for this shit. And look at Anthony Anderson playing the perfect beta cuck male who probably gets pegged 2 to 3 times a week.
The 20 most powerful world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. And of course, the bad guy, it's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil. It's a white man, not any enemy on the world stage or communist or terrorist. No, it's a white dude from Australia.
To the governments watching, I've taken the G20 by force. When we launch Project Deepfake, we will reset the world's financial markets. You got to read the words exactly as written. Quick beige fox, quick beige fox, quick beige fox. Now we control the.
Now that is pretty cool. I will give it that. How they're doing the AI, they're taking their voices and stuff, so now they can communicate with their respective countries and tell them what to do, and the people will believe it because it's their voice, it's their face. So that part is pretty cool, but that's about where the cool begins and ends.
Narrative.
My husband and kids are missing. We have to find them. If you want to live, you'll follow my lead.
Now you're Captain America. That was quite.
Get the fuck out of here. Viola Davis is almost 60 years old. You're telling me a 60-year-old woman is going to jump down there in that elevator and take out multiple specially trained badass terrorists? Okay.
Right, well done.
They've got at least 5 hostages in the kitchen.
Your survival is what matters most.
I will not leave them.
Drop it! Guns, 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 guns.
President.
How does the 60-year-old woman hold that dude's head down and throw him around that kitchen?
Danielle Sutton. You get around, don't you?
I'll get around to you too.
Mom, I can help.
Lights out.
Find her.
Where are my husband and kids?
We're all here together.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
What if we get you into a comfortable pair of heels?
Do you want an honest answer?
Oh my God. And of course, guys, of course, the movie would not be complete without a member of the Alphabet Soup group. Of course, she has to have a gay dude. Get out of here. Oh my God. Viola Davis is 59 years old, but she was a war hero. Oh, get the fuck out of here. That looks so stupid. That looks so dumb. Oh, Madam President, you get around. I'll be getting around to you soon. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. They were hoping and praying and wishing upon all the stars that Kamala Harris would have won, and they could have shown her that in the White House. And I'm sure they would have compared. We went from viewing what was that? Birth of a Nation. We went from viewing Birth of a Nation in the White House to G20 with the first female woman of color. Blah, blah. Oh my goodness. What a bullet we dodged. We dodged such a bullet. Trump was looking at us going, You guys dodged a bullet. Beautiful bullet, whizzed right by, caught my ear. Lovely bullet, carried in my pocket. Yeah, we dodged a bullet. Kamala Harris. Oh my goodness. They would have viewed this in the White House. It would have, oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, it's over. Hollywood, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, Hollywood. This is what you're putting out. You learn nothing. All Viola Davis can play is a woman warrior fighter. First it was a woman king, and now it's this shit G20. Now, of course, like I mentioned in the video, and check it out, there's a level of you have to suspend your disbelief. It's a movie. But come on. A 60-year-old woman doing this shit. They don't have old men doing that kind of shit in movies. Oh my goodness. That looks so terrible. Hollywood has learned nothing. They have learned absolutely nothing. You guys got curb stomped in the election. America told you, no, this is what we want. And Hollywood said, huh? Idiots, you idiot. You idiot. Go ahead, Hollywood. Fail. Fall apart. I don't care. Because you know what? Something else will spring up in your place and be much better. So I'm fine with that. Imagine if Hollywood did fall. There might be, I don't know. I wouldn't even say there would be a gap in supply as far as movies. Because I think there are enough independent, maybe smaller studios who could, I mean, obviously we've seen that can crank out great movies, and I think they're ready to do it. So there wouldn't be such a gap in supply, I don't think. You know, oh my God, no more Hollywood? Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be just fine without Hollywood. But I want to show you guys this, if I can pull it up. Yeah, here it is. So you guys remember Chester Bennington? He was the lead singer for Linkin Park. Great songs, early 2000s. Man, Linkin Park was it. Was it Doesn't Even Matter? Crawling. Crawling in my dream. You know, all that shit. Well, I'm trying to find it. Well, his son, he, first of all, a few years ago, Chester Bennington killed himself. I don't remember if it was pills or hung himself, but he killed himself and he left behind 5 children, left behind a wife and 5 children, which is just unthinkable. And I fucking, I don't know, parents who kill themselves and you leave behind your children, I think that's the most selfish thing that you could do. You got this guy, what's the guy's name? Audio Slave, Soundgarden. That guy killed himself. Robin Williams killed himself. Kate Spade, the lady who started the Kate Spade purses, she killed herself, leaving behind a 12-year-old daughter. Anthony Bourdain killed himself, leaving behind their children. I mean, it's bad enough if you're not a parent, you know, to leave your family and your friends with that. It's very selfish, extremely selfish. But it's turned up quite a few notches if you do that when you have children. Because you're not only shattering your fucking family's life and your friend's life and your spouse's life, if you had one, or your girlfriend or whoever, but you're shattering your kids' lives. And that's just extra fucked up. So he did that. And now, lo and behold, his kid comes out as trans. Imagine that. A single parent left to raise kids, and one of them turns out to be trans. Well, no shit. And I'm sure the death of his father had something to do that, and his mother played a part in that as well. But I do give her a bit of a break because she didn't choose a shitty man who ran out, you know, a deadbeat dad. But I guess he could be considered a deadbeat dad of sorts because he did leave him. But she did it right. They got married, had kids, and then he offs himself. And one of their kids becomes trans. So maybe she was overwhelmed and she couldn't watch out for that kid or whatever. I don't know. But Linkin Park singer Chester Bennington's child, Draven, has publicly come out as transgender. The 22-year-old, whose famous father died by suicide in 2017, shared their major life update in an Instagram message on Valentine's Day. As today is a day to celebrate love and what love truly means. See, it's all about love. Because if you drape it in love, then you can't question it. It's love. Everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to find that. So who are you to stand in between that? It's love. We're all worthy of love. The worst people in the world were loved by somebody at one point. You can't stop love. As today is the day to celebrate love and what love truly means, whether it's for a partner, family, or ourselves, I thought it would be the perfect time to show love to myself. Oh, awesome. Oh, man, golly, you got to see this poor bastard. And they're 21, so I don't have to be nice. Look at this shit. That's a girl. So that's obviously hormones, the whole nine. Look at that, the 5 o'clock shadow. Oh my God, you look fucked up. Why do they always look like that? For a long time, I tried to be someone. So let's see, 2017, that was 8 years ago. So they were 13. That's my daughter's age. They were 13 when their dad killed themselves. They were 13 when they came home and their mom was sitting there crying and the house was eerily quiet. And their mom said, I have something to tell you. Dad's dead. He's not coming back. He killed himself. 13? For a long time, I tried to be someone I truly wasn't on the inside. They said, like multiple people are talking. Ignoring it worked for a while, but continuously coming to the crossroads of being happy or being complacent was one I couldn't keep crossing. Draven revealed that in August 2024, they decided to take the path of happiness and being true to myself, my happiness, myself, by coming out as transgender. They said they started hormone replacement therapy and that it has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. You are a fucking liar. You are a liar because you have to gear up like you're in an 80s action movie every day before you leave the house. Got to take my pills. Got to fucking take my tits down. Can't remember my pills and my vagina will grow back. I got to do this. I got to do that. God, poor kid. And of course, the mom, I'm so proud of you. I love you with all my heart and soul. You're my favorite human on the planet. I just want you to be happy and healthy forever. That's not happy and healthy. That's not what you gave birth to. If you still have to take pills every day, it's not real. I don't need to take supplements to be a man. If I skip my pills for a couple days, a vagina's not going to spring up in my dick's place. It's not real. And for you to sit there and support that, you can love your child and not support their delusion, but that's moms. Mom are more accepting. Chances are your mom's going to be more supporting of stuff like that. Your dad's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? That is fucking weird. Poor kid. I mean, they're adult now, but as far as when they were a kid, poor kid. 13 years old, you find out that your parent killed themselves. You don't walk away from that unscathed. You don't. There's going to be there's going to be some trauma. But that's the most selfish thing in the world, and you're a piece of shit for doing it. for shoveling that onto your wife, that responsibility, and to leave your 5 children? But they were depressed and they had problems. Well, guess what your children are now? Now they're depressed. They have problems. Not exactly the thing you want to pass down to your children. And questions of, was it me? Was it something I did? Was I too much? Did I put a strain on them? Was it my fault that they killed themselves? You just have to deal with it. Once you have children, you can't be no bitch and check out like that. You can't do that. You just got to deal with it. Your anxiety, your depression, your demons, whatever. Suck it up. The children did not ask to be here. You did. Jericho, how can you say that? You don't know what it's like. Well, my dad told me I don't have to bite the donut to know it's sweet. And I know if you check out, kill yourself, it's going to fuck your kids up. That's called being selfish. It's called being a narcissist. You just got to deal with it. Anybody who doesn't like that or think that I'm wrong, I don't give a shit. Your obligation is to your children and your family. You don't puss out and kill yourself. Anyway, what a happy note to end on. What a happy, upbeat topic to end on. And if you think I'm wrong, talk to a kid whose parent killed themselves. They'll tell you. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. See if I have any more generosity to show thanks for. I do. Jesse Morrison, thank you very much. He said, I believe it's on purpose to weaken our military. Nice try. For sure. Of course it is. We have to be weakened from within. America is too big and strong to be weakened from the outside in some kind of fight. We will win. We have to be infected with something. We have to be sick on the inside. Rat bastards. Alexi Reed, what's up? Thanks for the Twomsky. Hello, Jericho. Been your supporter since BLM riots in the Polk era. Missing your old rants from the car. Keep up the great shows. I love your voice impressions and accents. Thank you very much, Alexi. I do car ones every once in a while. I think I did one last week. But, I do have the studio here, and I'm allowed to, I can have clips and all this kind of stuff. So it's a little more fun from here. But I do them every once in a while. So keep your eyes and shit peeled for that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. But now it's time to go do dad shit. My favorite part. My kids are home from school. I'm going to ask them how their day was. They're going to say, fine. I'm going to ask my son, what's one thing that you did fun today? Recess. That doesn't count. We did math, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll ask my daughter, she's 13. How was school? It was fine. Then I have to dig a little bit deeper to get a little bit out of her. My son will say something. My daughter's going to say, I was talking. They'll start fighting. My wife and I will get pissed, and we'll separate them because children ruin everything. But anyway, Nicholas, what movie tomorrow? Oh, boy. Boy, do I have one for you. Gabe asked me, so every Wednesday night, Double Impact, myself and my friend Gabe Altair, we break down action movies from the early 90s or from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Sometimes if we find a turd that's new, we'll watch that. And that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. We are going to watch 2024's Madam Web, a Marvel Universe movie. And it is a steaming pile of grade A organic American grown woke bullshit. Ooh, it is bad. It's a vibe. You want to watch a movie where men are stupid and women have it all under control? Then you must watch Madam Web. That's what we'll be watching tomorrow. It is a shit movie, and I'm so glad that Gabe has to suffer through it. He's going to hate it, and we're going to break it down and shit all over it. Because why not? They shit on us by making that woke piece of shit, so we're going to shit on them. And I just said shit a lot. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.